fuck if I can't get paid with you. On a mission to get these riches and shine on these niggas and these bitches.
It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is August 24th, 2018. Let me give a shout out to my man El Flaco. Had a great time with him down in Miami when I was down there for the International Bitcoin Conference. He actually joined me in the room while I filmed Reggie explaining Very back then in January. That was an awesome experience. Got a chance to finally meet Reggie in person, and we all had a great time. And actually Flaco, me, my wife, and a couple of other people went to dinner after that. So shout out to my man Flaco. Hope all is well with you, fam. Down there in Florida, we rocking out to some Trademark the Skydiver. Never heard of this guy. In It to Win It. Sounds good though. Thanks for the song request, brother. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well. I had to put these pink shades on. I know they look weird, but my daughter told me to wear them, so I gotta wear them today. So that's why I got the Yeezy shades on today. But hope you guys are doing well. Today we're gonna be talking about out of CCN, there's new reports of an ICO whale investor moving millions of ETH over to Bitfinex. So we're going to take a look at that, see what's going on with that situation. And it's not the first time this whale has done this. Probably going to add more selling pressure to ETH, as we talked about previously. And secondly, I know all the ETFs got gunned down here in the US, but for those who are looking for an ETF to be passed, well, there's one that will be trading in Canada come next month, so we'll talk about that. This is out of nasdaq.com, and I gotta give a shout out to my man Nug for the link on Twitter. He sent me this, he added me on this, so shout out to my man Nug, aka Satoshi Nakamoto. But first, guys, let's take a look at that market cap. We're currently at 214 billion. Bitcoin's dominance still up there, 53%, and just pretty green day. You know, we had a pop in the last 24 hours, and Bitcoin has breached a critical level yet again. So as you can see, I'm gonna zoom in. We're right above that 6,600 area. So if we can stay above here for about 12 hours, I will be changing my sentiment back to bullish. So it looks like we made that move up, got slammed back down, but the bulls picked up the ball and we're heading back down the court, people. Hopefully, because this, you know, the market has blown through that 6,600, whether it was organically or not, that's still something that everyone is looking at every time they look at a Bitcoin chart. So with that being said, this is now not as big of a psychological area for us. I'm hoping we can try to run for the 69 area and take out that high. So we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it for you. And the first article out of nasdaq.com, it says here, new blockchain ETF to begin trading in September on Canadian exchange. This is interesting. Article starts off by saying, we've been patiently waiting for the SEC to make decisions on the first ever Bitcoin ETF. But for those who are passionate about the blockchain industry and want to get indirect exposure, there is a new blockchain ETF that could be coming out next month. So article goes on to say, how's this new blockchain ETF different? It says issued by the Vancouver-based First Block Capital. This blockchain ETF is called the FBC Digital Ledger Technology Adopters ETF. Well, that's a long name. Sure, there are already a couple of ETFs out there who focus on companies with blockchain in mind, including the Amplified Transformational Data Sharing ETF, man, these names, and the Reality Shares NASDAQ Next Gen Economy ETF. But First Block is aiming to make this one more accessible by reducing the premium fees. They're also focusing beyond just tech companies like Nvidia. There are so many public retail companies who are investing heavily in the blockchain technology, including Overstock and Walmart. While we don't know exactly what this ETF around the block will be holding in its basket, according to the company's COO, it will at least have names like Walmart and Mars. What's the ETA? Well, the company is in the final stages of getting regulatory approval for this blockchain ETF. Its shares will start trading on Canada's Equitas Neo exchange in September. Anything else? Well, according to Bloomberg, the ETF will be sub-managed by Bruce Campbell, portfolio manager at Stone Castle Investment Management, and roughly 75% weighted toward blue chip stocks. Only a quarter of the portfolio will be invested in higher risk developers and cryptocurrency miners. So what do you guys think? Is this something that is of interest to you, or is it totally retarded and unnecessary having a blockchain ETF when you can simply invest in the tokens of many of these companies that are coming up through the blockchain? Not necessarily your traditional companies like Overstock or what Wall Street is trying to do in leveraging blockchain. But I'm saying I see a movement away from just Wall Street, period. They're just very desperate, in my opinion, at how they're trying to ring fence this whole blockchain stuff. I envision, and you guys let me know, I envision a day where 80% of the companies will be trading with their own tokens and circumventing a lot of these exchanges, traditional exchanges that we know of. So you guys let me know, is this the future? Will we see this become more popular, bundled up ETFs with companies that are exposed to blockchain, or is directly buying either the cryptocurrency or the token going to be the way of the future? I think the latter. You guys let me know what you think though. The second article is out of CCN, and we talked about this whole Ethereum ICO investor moving millions of ETH into Bitfinex. So let's take a look at what they're talking about here. One of Ethereum's first whales is funneling millions to Bitfinex. The anonymous investor who received more than 314,000 ETH from the network's Genesis block as a result of their investment in the Ethereum initial coin offering has this week funneled approximately 20,000 ETH to Bitfinex, worth approximately 5.5 million at the time of this writing. And there's the address they highlight. The development was first noted by California-based attorney Zoe Dolan, who has been monitoring wallets holding funds that originated in the Ethereum Genesis block for evidence of capitulation. He says here, just a reminder that 93,000 ETH recently went from the Genesis block wallet through to Bitfinex. While that 20,000 ETH may represent a small portion of the wallet's initial balance, it's not the first time that this unknown investor has moved a large amount of ETH to Bitfinex. In May, the wallet funneled more than 116,000 ETH, worth $65 million at the time, out of the original wallet, and most of these funds appear to have eventually ended up at the exchange in a series of transactions made over the course of the next several months. Moreover, those funds that have already been moved to Bitfinex this week and presumably sold may not represent the end of this early ETH users liquidation. The 20,000 ETH were originally moved as part of a transaction that included 93,000 ETH. The remaining funds from this transaction, approximately $18 million worth, are sitting in this wallet, which has historically been used primarily as a temporary holding cell for funds that eventually find their way to the cryptocurrency exchange. The unknown investor's original wallet, meanwhile, still holds more than 104,000 ETH, approximately worth 28 million. The Ethereum's price, incidentally, has declined by more than 50% since this wallet first began moving its funds to Bitfinex, from an opening price of $573 on May 28th to about $275 today. An article just goes on to talk about how CCN reported some analysts had speculated that ICO funded startups had made the cryptocurrency market decline more severe by panic selling their ETH, afraid of running out of funds. However, this data suggests that long-term hodlers may also share a significant portion of the blame. While it's not clear how much this individual user has impacted the market without observing their actual trading habits, there is sufficient evidence that large orders can be a catalyst to significant price swings in the spot markets. So what do you guys think? I just wonder who this is, man. That's a lot of ETH, and they've been selling since May, so they must either know something or just feel like things are gonna go lower for Ethereum in the near future. Or, you know, at some point you do have to liquidate what you invested in. Like, at some point you need to realize those investments. So I tell people all the time, like, you're hodling to win. What is your price target to not hodl? You got to have an exit strategy, people. Let me know your thoughts about this whale. What do you think the motive is behind this? I think they're losing faith in the Ethereum project, but I could be wrong. Who knows? That's pretty much it for today, though. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'm in it to win it. Holla!